Most unfortunately, what happens is the moment you start exposing peel by peel the hypocrisy of the Western media, which has had it so good for so long, which is now on its last legs, which has no credibility, whose only single point of reporting and obsession is Donald Trump. And when you start questioning them with facts, they get very, very touchy. And I request everyone, especially Lynn tonight, Lynn, listen to the reality when the mirror is thrown at you. The problem is the West does not like the mirror being shown to it. Right? But India, being the world's largest democracy, has a right to show the mirror to you. And let me therefore give you an example. Let me give you an example, Lynn. Let me give you an example. Everyone comes on my show and says, listen, I have done my reporting. I'm not asking about you. I'm asking about the bigger example. Let me take one example here. My example is that of the New York Times, for example. What is the New York Times doing at a moment of reckoning like this? The New York Times publishes an op-ed by the Taliban last year. And the title of the op-ed is What We the Taliban Want. Yeah. And it is published, Lynn, and Sultan Barakat under the name of Sirajuddin Haqqani, who, by the way, continues to be on the FBI's list of most wanted terrorists with a $5 million reward on his head. Now, further to that, his Wikipedia entry makes a brief mention. I wonder why. We all know about Wikipedia, of his role in the kidnapping of David Rode. Now, who is David Rode, Lynn? He's a New York Times reporter. The reporter later escaped, apparently. Now, the very same New York Times says this. Now, second example here. You have someone who calls himself a journalist. I don't know, he said he's still with the BBC, a person called John Simpson. He tweets yesterday, Savio, building a defense for the Taliban spokesperson. I don't know what's gone wrong with these people, Lynn. Have they all lost their heads? This fellow, Simpson, is building a defense for the Taliban spokesman. He says he's a relatively moderate, pleasant man. I have had the pleasure of knowing this moderate and pleasant man for many years. Bizarre. Who's asking you to be such a shameless apologist for the Taliban? And then you say, oh, there isn't perhaps enough time. Have you watched the BBC of late, Gaurav? Have you seen the CNN of late? They're more interested covering football suddenly. You see, they want to cover everything except Afghanistan this time. No embedded journalism, Savio. It's a disgrace. It's a global disgrace what they are doing. Savio, Gaurav.
Well, the difference, I think, between your position and, if I may say, maybe the position of India
let me give you some facts.
And the United States is that they have decided to speak.
No, can I give you some facts, gentlemen? Can I give you some facts, gentlemen? The Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, in a meeting with the United Nations Security Council, said that in the year 2021, 1,677 men, women and children were killed by the Taliban. This was a statement made in front of the United Nations Security Council on August 6th. Today,
yes, it's true,
media,
but they also reported
just because Taliban has done a press conference, just because they have done a press conference, plans to whitewash a terrorist organization. You don't negotiate with terrorists. Taliban has no right ruling Afghanistan. Look at the mess that they have created. Look at the mess that they have created. You don't negotiate with terrorists. They continue to remain a terrorist organization. A narco-Islamic terror organization. So stop whitewashing Taliban. Taliban is a narco-Islamic terror organization. 1,677 Afghanis killed.
Sure.
This is right. Innocent people have died. Stop laughing.